Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those that don't know me, I'm Kerry, I'm the redhead reseller. I sell across eBay and Vinted. Today we're going to go through a sales update, but first I've got a couple of bits that I've bought, so I need to add that back onto the total. The total to begin with was £20,711.85. Since being to the tip shop a couple of times, so I've bought £12.50 worth, £7.90 worth and £44.50. I then bought some postage from Royal Mail for something, and I bought a load of Dunelm boxes so I can sort the unit out. I had put all the clothes up on rails, decided I really hated it, and it really just stuck out a mile off. So they've all gone into plastic bags and into boxes, hence me buying the Dunelm boxes. But I will show you the unit in the next sales update, so you finally get to see it now that it's all sorted. It feels great walking in there now, so I'm happy with it finally. So that brings us back up to £20,809.15, and then we're going to go into sales update. So first of all, sorry, I'm still ill, so if I cough or you hear it, I apologise. First of all, I bought this paint set. I bought it for £10 from the tip shop. It was really umming because obviously you don't know if it's dried out, you don't know if they're any good. I don't know anything about paints and inks and stuff, but I thought, you know what, it's worth a risk. It came with a plastic box anyway, so I thought, well, the plastic boxes aren't cheap, I could make use of the box, which I have done. This set I put on eBay, and then within about 3 days it's sold, so it was actually a really good set. It was shimmer and harmony, and an is ink or something. Anyway, this set here cost me £10, sold it for £40.49. I then bought this Givenchy Perfumes weekend bag. This I bought in 2024. It cost me £2. Hung around. And finally it sold to someone that actually lives on a farm for £25. So well happy with that, and they're happy with it as well. Next up, I bought this umbrella. It cost me £1. I bought it from the tip shop, and again within a couple of days it sold for £19.99. Same for this JCB teddy. This plush cost me £1 from the tip shop. Again, within a couple of days, it sold for £22.99. You know, some of this stuff's flying out very quickly, which is nice. This sea salt dress, it's brand new with tags. I bought it for, how much did I buy it for? £1. Back in May, and it's just hung around. You know, I've not had anyone look at it, and then randomly someone paid full price and paid 18 quid for it. So it's gone. I'm happy. I then bought this jacket back in March for £3. It's a spider jacket. Never heard of them. It just looked and felt like really good condition, and quality. So I thought, do you know what? For £3 it's worth it. Very worst, I'd wear it. And I actually sold it for 35 quid. So definitely worth picking up. I then picked up this perfume in that perfume bundle that I bought from the charity shop a while ago, back in July. Cost me 75 quid. I sold it for £8.99. This is one of the cheaper ones. I've already sold some of the others as well, so that's fantastic. I then got this Homer mug back in January. I had 2 of these. One sold for a bit more than this. This one didn't. It cost me £1. It sold for £6. Well, again, it's out the door. I then bought this vintage magnetic pocket travel Scrabble at 1992, and it cost me 50p from the tip shop. Within a few days it sold for £12.97. So that's everything for eBay. Altogether that came to £127.19 after fees, so I'll be taking that off the total. We then got Vinted. We've only got a couple of sales on Vinted. I've not really been pushing Vinted as much as I should be, but I've been sick for like we're on a week now that I've been sick, so it's really pushed me back on some stuff. So sales have dropped a little bit on both eBay and Vinted because I've just not been paying attention to it. But you know, when you're struggling to walk up and down stairs without getting out of breath, there's not much more you want to be doing. Obviously, I've still got to send orders out, so I've had to leave the house every day for about 20 minutes. But anyway, stop moaning, Kerry. These gloves I bought in a bundle. I got them with the climbing bundle that I bought for £3, the climbing shoes and stuff. This is, I think this is now officially the last item. So it cost me like 30p. This all for 15. I have made about 80 quid on this, so I'm well happy for a whole £3. And then again, they sold within 2 days of being on Vinted. This case I bought for £1. Again, it's hung around. I sold it for £4. It's gone, so I'm happy. This wax pot cost me 50p. Again, it was one of those early last year things that I picked up when I had no clue what anything was. I was just like, right, let's just pick up anything that might be worth some money. Cost me 50p, sold it for £3. And then lastly, these mugs were also a last year purchase. They cost me £2. They've just hung around with no interest. I stuck them on Vinted, £4. Someone offered me £3.40. I just took it. So at least I made £1.40 profit. Could be worse. But yeah, it always amazes me on Vinted. You put something on Vinted and then someone comes back with like an offer of like 20p off, and it's like, really? What is the point? But you know, whatever, we take it. So altogether, that now brings us down to £20,631.09. So not a huge haul, but like I said, I've been sick. My next haul's probably going to be even smaller because I've been really sick while in between those two. This was sort of the start of the illness. So yeah, let's see what the rest of the year brings, what Q4 brings us, shall we? But until the next one, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye guys.